Kyrie. They just had to give up another pick, the second rounder. So that's good. Alright, who am I going to play to celebrate? Well, I really should play Cleveland. They don't play him for a while. Oh, they do play him here. Okay. Let's play Cleveland. Hopefully with a healthy Isaiah Thomas. Oof, and Celtics aren't doing good. Yikes. They lost a lot there. Come on. Oh my god. And Semi twisted his ankle. Okay. Whatever, I'll take it. We'll make the playoffs. So yeah, Cleveland with this new lineup. First, second, first. Hello there, we're playing some NBA 2K.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Well, Kyrie in the game.
Greetings, NBA.
He's officially, well, as far as we know, he's officially a Celtic. That's what Adrian Wojnarowski said. They just had to give up another pick, and that was it. I'm gonna crash the glass. So yeah, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how these teams fare this year, and how healthy Isaiah will be this year too. Will he have surgery or no?
And a look across all the skyscrapers here in Cleveland, the site of our broadcast for tonight. We've got NBA basketball in store for you here at Quicken Loans Arena in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. It's the home of the Cavs, live on 2K Sports. The Cleveland Cavaliers coming to this one after a win against the Charlotte Hornets.
They just look stable pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. On the floor for Boston, we've got Aaron Baines. Horford is out there with
Horford.
And it's
That would have been
Kyrie
a good
Irving,
assist.
and it's Smart in at the 2. Well, last season would be one where Kevin Love played a different role, saw his numbers decline, but that was, I think, especially with LeBron and Kyrie, much better players than he ever had in Minnesota. That was to be expected.
It's a great point, Kevin. And Love dropped about 10 points per game in terms of his output. The field goal percentage as well as three-point percentage was down. But still, he traded it all to be on a winning team. And I really feel like his numbers will start to go up as he makes the adjustment to playing with great players.
Good point. And Thompson throws it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too.
Well, that was
Go
ridiculous.
hard to the bucket
That shouldn't have gone in.
and don't let them set up the defense. And, you know, for Love last season, we knew he'd be in a supporting role to LeBron. You put any player next to LeBron, and he automatically becomes some kind of role player.
Now here's James. 11 points for him in that last game against the Hornets in Charlotte.
Yeah, but he was the ultimate two-way player. Defensively, also doing a great job. A couple blocks in that game as well.
And finished off by Horford.
You know, he's not your typical NBA center in terms of height, guys, but he plays as big as any of them, thanks to his incredible bounceability.
And thinking back to Love and his numbers last year, we saw the same thing from Bosh when he played with LeBron. Love and Bosh had similar reductions in scoring, but both were still
what were you
great
doing
players,
in there?
and they both have the ability to adapt and impact the game in other ways.
Cleveland
Maybe
shooting their
him,
first free throw of the evening.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And, guys, they've taken a huge step forward at the free throw line this season, especially when you compare it to last season. They're a completely different team in that area.
Now, here's Thomas. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. 4 on the shot clock. It's tipped, but they get it back. Nice shot by Smith.
No way.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in.
I'm not even mad. I mean, but
Smart dishes to Baines.
that was ridiculous. It looked
Hayward
like it
outside.
passed the shot clock.
Outside Irving. They set the pick. He dishes it to Baines. Out to Hayward.
God, Hayward.
The second chance effort. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That one on Love.
You know, there are those who wonder if Gordon Hayward can lead a team to the promised land. However, as just a sophomore, he led a non-powerhouse college to a championship game. So, in fact, they were just one basket away from winning it all.
Smith the pass to Thomas. And the pass to Thompson. Got a piece of it, and they'll keep possession.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the knee.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. I mean, he had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
The Cavaliers shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And Isaiah Thomas, traded last season from Phoenix over to Boston, seemed to be a matter of fit and not production as to why they moved him.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Shumpert's checked in. Hayward kicks to Baines. Hayward against James. Hayward dishes to Irving. That's good. Irving's got his first basket of the night.
Yeah, Hayward
You were
can't
talking
really
about
do
Isaiah
anything
Thomas.
against
He had
LeBron.
no love lost for the Suns in their first meeting. He took them apart, Clark, on the floor. Remember that game? Stared them down as he was hitting shots. Looked at that bench, man. He had a big chip on his shoulder.
Yeah, and you know, most guys that are a little undersized and have battled doubters all their careers
That was a nice
bring that
reverse
kind
dunk.
of edge anyway. You throw in the fact that he was disappointed how the trade unfolded. He was amped up and ready for that return this week.
And the Cavaliers with
Take
some
that.
changes. Jefferson's
Second
checked in
team
for
foul.
Love. Korver comes in for LeBron. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Thomas.
Richard Jefferson.
Right side Rose. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's Hayward. And you can see his scoring totals.
Hayward
Those are some pretty good
scoring,
numbers. He's
Korver.
putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position
Wow,
inside.
that wasn't
just
a
kidding.
good foul. Okay, they're putting some subs in. Tatum in for Horford. Jaylen Brown in there, and I guess him or Tice. Where is he? Tice.
The ball into the post has to be option number one for them right now.
Rozier, he's checked in for Boston. .136 left in the first. Kicks to Rose. Outside jumper. Passes it to Thompson. To the right side.
Please
Just
stay
5
on.
to shoot. Rose goes in. Good on the shot.
Ridiculous.
Just
I
reliable,
had a
guys.
hand in
He's
his
just
face.
always trying to make the right play.
Smart passes to Hayward. That's in, and he's now
really
3 for
scoring
3 and looking
Korver.
sharp.
That's the third bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Banked in off the glass.
God.
Hayward's got 10.
And how about the move he made there to come up and get himself clear in the lane for the deuce?
Outside jumper. To the middle. Here's Thompson. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 8.
Great start for him. 4-4. He could be in for a big game.
Certainly looks that way to me, partner. I mean, his energy level is ramped up. I think he's been terrific right from the opening tip.
Now here's Smart. Looking for his first basket still in this one. Here's Baines. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
A temporary lapse of focus from him on that turnover. It's embarrassing, but on occasion it does happen.
Here's Rose. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
Yeah, well, I think D. Wade is going to go to Cleveland soon,
Rose
too.
gets to jumper. And that's not going to go.
Whew.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Cavalier girl. And we got a close game here as we get back to the second quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for the Cavaliers.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
Something else they've been able to do so far tonight is earn those tough points in the paint. J.R.
Smith and LeBron at the 2 and 3. Kevin Love out there with Jefferson, and it's Thomas in at the point guard position. That's the group for Cleveland going right now here in the second.
And guys, as much as Isaiah Thomas can help you on offense, at times he can hurt you on the defensive side. Immediately posted up by whomever he's guarding, you have to get help. And of course, that leaves your defense vulnerable, particularly on the weak side and controlling that defensive backboard.
And the Celtics with possession here after LeBron James's miss. Here's Baines.
I was trying to pass it.
As he misses, he'll go to the line and shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
You know, his performance at the foul line this season might be the first thing he points to as a priority to improve.
The Cavaliers leading. Smith kicks to Thomas. Double team on Thomas. Thomas sets a screen for James. Smith dishes to Thomas. Screen by Smith. And Thomas, here we go. Just 4 to shoot. Fires from 18, but they recover it. Cleveland gets it back. It's Jefferson outside. And another shot. Love can't hit.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Here's Rozier. He's guarded by Thomas. Here's Rozier. A special move before the shot. And the Celtics lead by 1.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Pass to Thomas. LeBron James on the wing. To the inside, Jefferson. Good, and the assist goes to LeBron.
Because I jumped.
James has got 3 assists tonight.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one.
They never hit those shots.
Smith
hit one earlier tonight.
Here's Jefferson, and fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
So Boston going with almost an entire new group here. Al Horford is checked in for Aaron Baines.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see how Twitter reacts to
Marcus
this.
Marks checked in for Brown. And Irving subbed in for Rozier.
Twitter and Celtics fans react to the
Hayward
trade.
kicks to Irving.
Cleveland fans will be saying they fleeced the Celtics.
Over to the left wing. It's taken away by Smith.
Celtics fans will be regretting that they had to give up the Brooklyn pick still.
Love outside. Out to the right wing. Thomas goes in. And he banks in the layup. Thomas got the lead up to 5 now.
Although if Isaiah's healthy
really crisp,
this year, then it's probably at least a push.
Guys, they're looking
or
for
maybe
a way to
better.
Score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Especially because they got a few years of
a point guard should look to
Crowder.
pass first. I mean, not when you can finish. like this fella.
Well, Clark, he wasn't going to give that opportunity up to a teammate.
Well, you know, Kevin, that's one he'll always take himself, and he should. I mean, you can't pass up that kind of opportunity or fun.
Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but, boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
Here's Smith. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. Smith outside. Love. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Love's got his second basket of the game.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Smart kicks to Morris. Inside. It's stolen by Jefferson. And now LeBron pushing it up. No one back to stop him.
And unfortunately,
no one back to stop him.
Too many of those. Lack of concentration and alertness, a turnover, and an easy bucket the other way in transition.
And really a few more of those, and this game could be over.
Now here is Smith. Love outside. There's the basket and make it a double-digit lead. And now it's a 12-point Cleveland lead.
And for Kevin Love last season, he didn't want to be called a stretch. But the numbers suggest he was exactly that. Nearly 1 out of every 2 shots he took was from 3, a much higher ratio than at any other time in his career.
Now here's Smart. Isaiah Thomas unable to get his last shot to go. Irving with it. Now Thomas defending. Shot to stop the run. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. As Greg was talking about Clark back to Love, it wasn't his choice to camp out from 3 last year. It was designed that way to create operating space for both LeBron and Kyrie.
Yeah, and you think about it, it's hard to ask a successful post player not to play to his strengths, but Love made the sacrifice, and I don't think he gets enough credit for that, Kevin.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Thompson, he's checked in for Jefferson. Korver comes in for James. Iman Shumpert is checked in for J.R. Smith. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Thomas. Rose gets the bucket.
And that's sort of been the story here today, hasn't it?
Last game for the Celtics, it was a loss to Detroit.
You know what? A lot of three-pointers, but for me, more so
it was
the shot selection on those three-pointers. I just felt like they were just too trigger-happy from downtown.
You know, Greg, sometimes you're able to shoot your way out of a slump, but they just kept making things worse. Sometimes the harder you try, the worse it gets.
Good.
I don't know how he hit the little
9
guy
points for Kevin Love.
You know, he's had better starts, obviously, but he's shaking it off here in the second.
Oh.
And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. Shots good.
And he didn't even
And the
try
Cavaliers
to block it.
lead by 16.
And scoring at will, starting to pull away here.
Certainly this one's threatening to get out of hand and soon, partner. Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out, almost like the 1-2 punch.
The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Cavaliers on top, leading by 14. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the 3rd quarter.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, folks. Ernie Johnson here along with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're going to break down the first half action for you. The first quarter for the Cavaliers was fairly even. At the end of the period, they held a 3-point lead. They just exploded in the second quarter, grabbing the momentum and running with it. Basket after basket, and they played stingy defense. Now they've got a halftime lead that's going to be very difficult to erase. Kenny, your thoughts? How are the Cavaliers playing?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession so.
And that'll do it for now as the second half of our game.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin
It is
on our
crazy
hands, but we'll see if
that
that
Isaiah
gap
was
narrows
the
down
60th
in the third
pick.
and
I
fourth
was
quarter.
just reading about that
Really
on
an
Twitter
incredible
during
game
that
from Gordon Hayward.
little break.
you just love it when the decision making is as good as it was there in that first half.
He could have missed if that team didn't pick him.
I think here in the second half, though, they
might not even
want
be
him
in
to
the
be a
league.
little more assertive. Start hunting more for his shot, even the tough one.
Second half underway. Here's who Brad Stevens got on the floor.
Undrafted players don't get that much of a leash, whereas even a guy that's picked 60, I think, gets more of a leash than an undrafted guy.
Thomas passes to Love.
Who knows if he could have made it if he were undrafted.
Shot clock at 6. The drive by James. Here's Thompson. And that one is good.
Yeah, no rebounding right now.
Thompson's got the first points to start out the third.
Oh my god, I gotta restart this. We lost the first one. Let's see if we can win the next one.
The 2K Sports
and then maybe I'll jump
show.
into the All-Star game just to see who makes it. I'd like to start Brown there, but he's just so slow. Start Morris instead of Yabu. I don't know. Crash. Welcome to Boston. It's trending.
Great look at beautiful downtown Cleveland, Ohio. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by my colleagues Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. With that road trip behind them, the Cavaliers ready to perform in front of their hometown fans here in Cleveland. Their last encounter was in Boston, where they were able to handle the Celtics.
And how about the accuracy that was on display from three-point range in that game? They were lethal.
Yeah, splashing those threes as they did really allowed them to continuously deflate that crowd and keep them at bay. Boy, that was a nice road win for them, no doubt.
So let's take a look at the Boston Celtics starting lineup. We've got Brown. Horford is out there with Marcus Morris. Then there's Irving. And it's Hayward in at the 2 guard.
You know, he might be small for a center, but it doesn't really matter because he can jump out of the building.
What a season for Al Horford last year. Such a great display from him and his team as he led the Hawks to the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference.
And for all the team accomplishments the Hawks had, Horford was able to hit some of his own milestones as well. Had his first career triple-double last season.
Morris with the bump. Here's Thomas. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. Love with the screen for Thomas. And it's Love penetrating. Good, and the assist goes to Thomas.
I never get that.
Got his first 2 points of the night.
They do like
really nice dime dropping
with their jump. There's something I'm doing, or it's just the animation. They don't want you to
Thompson against
get
Horford.
the block.
He dishes it to Morris. It's deflected and stolen by Thomas.
Sometimes he just jumps up very weakly.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter.
But like there, he was just outside of the range to block it. But I'll do that later, and he'll block it.
Hayward against Smith. Hayward goes in, cannot hit.
Oh.
Cleveland the other way now. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get going. They silenced them over and over again with big, timely shots.
Brown kicks to Hayward. Celtics passing it around. Pass to Brown. And he can't bank that one in.
Cavaliers LeBron way too good. Like, he missed because LeBron was on him. He wasn't even
Thomas kicks to Thompson. And that one is hammered home.
That's what I like, a nice, strong finish inside.
That's what he does. He's got that dunker mentality.
My goodness, physicality personified right there. Able to just go up and finish
that one.
over
Okay,
the biggest defender.
Shot.
And here we go. Fast break. LeBron's got it. Good. And it's 7 points for Smith.
Excellent ball movement there,
this might
guys.
be a reset.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able.
Major league big boy throwdown right there.
And he keeps a tight grip on that rim after the finish.
Yeah, maybe that'll give them a little bit of that swagger that they seem to have lost.
Special thanks to Kia for that sweet Kia Slam Cam replay. Here's Morris. Powered down after the assist. Let him into the lane.
And if that doesn't get them fired up, guys, nothing will.
Greg, just what the doctor ordered, huh? Some high-flying antics to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for.
Love can't hit.
Fellas, that's exactly the job the big guy has to do for him. Contest every rebound.
It's Brown with the drive. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far? Cleveland.
Fellas, they're passing the ball the way you're supposed to here in this first half.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Catching up on the changes for Cleveland. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for Love. Korver comes in for James. Amon Shumpert's checked in for J.R. Smith. And it's Rose in for Isaiah Thomas. Jefferson against Morris. It's stolen by Jefferson.
Morris is so bad.
Rose kicks to Thompson. Outside Jefferson.
Got lucky.
Korver gets a wide open look. And the Cavaliers get another bucket right there.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive. And it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Stolen by Rose.
Wow.
There's the basket and making a double-digit lead. Rose has got his first bucket in this one.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 points coming from inside the painted area.
And really something that the...
I just figured I'd try a shot. Just to see if I can make one even with a guy on my face. But nope. Gotta run more plays.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, I mean thrilled, to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. And on tap tonight, it's the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Boston Celtics. For the Celtics, they come into tonight's game after a loss to the Pistons. As good as they've been, they know this one won't.
Let's see. Doesn't seem like Kevin's been on yet. Yeah, if you're not following Kevin O'Connor on Twitter and The Ringer, hey, follow him. He's a good guy. Alright, he's not on yet, so I'll wait.
We've got basketball action at Quicken Loans Arena in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. The home of the Cavaliers, live on 2K Sports. Looking at the last game for the Cleveland Cavaliers, it was a win against the Charlotte Hornets.
Yep. It's like it's coming on.
Celtics added a 2020 second-round pick and finally acquired Kyrie Irving. The Ringers' Kevin O'Connor said this about who was making the calls in Cleveland. Presented by Town Fair Tire. On a roll. Kobe Altman may be the latest person to call himself Cleveland Cavaliers general manager. The fourth in the last 12 years since Dan Gilbert bought the team, but multiple sources have told me that the Cavs owner was the one calling the shots on the trade that sent Irving to Boston, and he's the one dealing with the fallout. Back on the set here, Michael Homley with Casey Smith and Kyle Draper. And we've got the writer of that story from The Ringer, Kevin O'Connor, on the line. Kevin, I just want to get down to this. You wrote tonight that the Cavaliers and the Celtics exchanged medical information before this trade. So what the heck happened? Why are we here more than a week later with all this drama?
All of this just for a 2020 second-round draft pick. Unbelievable. Well, I mean, as for them sharing the medical information, that's something I've heard. Adrian Wojnarowski also reported that, I believe, earlier in the week. And I think the thing people need to understand is even if you do exchange all of that information and Cleveland's doctors see all of that information, it's still possible that different conclusions can be drawn from that information. For Cleveland, they might have gotten Isaiah Thomas in that had his physical and then realized, you know what, maybe he's going to be out longer than we assumed he was. Maybe he's going to be out longer than Boston thought. And I think really that concern was genuine on Cleveland's end. So in that sense, I do understand why they might have wanted to ask for more. But I do think there was enough medical information exchanged that Cleveland knew what they were getting into, and that's the reason why Isaiah wasn't the main piece in this deal. It was the Nets pick, and it was Jay Crowder, then it was Isaiah Thomas.
So when you mentioned that the medical information...
All right, so I'm recording it. I can.
They just look stable, pretty much from the get-go, guys. I mean, sometimes you'll see some inconsistencies come up in a road game that you don't see at home, but not the case in that one.
Tremendous balance on display, Greg. I mean, when you look at who was carrying the scoring load, making assists, playing unselfishly, I mean, they had it all working, and that led to the nice road win.
And now the opening lineup for Boston.
Yeah, I can't wait till the new NBA 2K comes out. I hope they have Celtic alternative cover with Kyrie.
It's stolen by Smith.
I wonder if they already made one.
And it's Thomas at the elbow.
I hope so.
The pass to Thompson.
Come on.
LeBron up top. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game. Here's Smith. Good, and the assist goes to James. Smith's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Press the triangle
in a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems. And it's not often that one of your enforcers is also one of your best three-point shooters, but such is the case with J.R. Smith. Everywhere he's gone, he's played both roles. Sometimes to the team's benefit, but others to its detriment.
Here's Irving. Following the basket by Kevin Love. G kicks to Irving. Horford in the post. He's covered by Thompson. And finished off by Horford.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And really, he does that one as well as anyone. Kev, you're right. That's like his signature move once he goes airborne.
Here's Smart. Isaiah Thomas making his last shot. G dishes to Irving. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Cavaliers have gone 4 of 4 to start. So a nice offensive rhythm to start here.
With these official
The
reports.
screen from Thompson.
If you remember Gordon Hayward Day.
James up top.
That was
defended by Hayward.
Too.
James kicks to Thompson. Rebound Boston. This game coming after a loss against the Pistons.
Yeah, the inability to make threes in that game, because they took a lot of them, I think, is why they ended up on the short end of the stick.
Yeah, they did take a bunch of them. Sometimes you can make up for poor three-point shooting with a strong inside game, but their inside game just wasn't strong enough.
On defense, the Celtics. They trail by 1. Smith outside. Passes it to LeBron. Outside Thomas. Thompson, a screen on Irving. Shot clock at 5. And Thompson throws it down.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Stolen by Thompson. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. Thomas is running. Pass to Love. The screen from Thompson. Kicks it out to Love. Just 5 to shoot. Smith lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Smith's got 6 points.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Now, here is Smith following the miss by Al Horford. The screen from Thompson. Love outside. Thomas against Irving. Thomas kicks to Smith. That's good. 8 points for him.
Nice pass there to set that bucket up.
And that's 10 of the last 12 points that have come off assists.
G, no good.
Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
Thomas with the ball. He's picked up by Irving. Thomas kicks to Smith. And Love has it in the corner. Outside Thomas. Cleveland moving it around. And
yeah, I think I'll reset the rotation. I know who I want to start, so I think that's what I'll work on before I jump back in. I want Gordon at the shooting guard position to start, and then I want you and you for now. This is how I'll do it. Okay, who else can lose minutes? Gershon should get like barely any. They like him, but I don't. Tice should get some minutes. Tatum. Smart will be coming off the bench, so. Okay. Good. And let's jump back in there. Not that that's gonna do much.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, basketball fan, with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. Tonight, it'll be the Cleveland Cavaliers going up against the Boston Celtics. Taking a look at the Celtics, they dropped the first matchup against this squad. They'll try to even the series in tonight's game. And before we tip off, I just need to ask Shaq, when you think back to great teammates, what are the qualities that make a great teammate?
Well, you want to play the guys.
It's Friday night, and live on 2K Sports, we're going to bring you the NBA in all its excitement. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Last time these two teams met, it was the Cleveland Cavaliers who came away with the W against the Boston Celtics.
Yeah, the confidence just exuding in that performance on the offensive end. I mean, really illustrates how this team clicks when guys are communicating and executing as a cohesive unit.
Yeah, roadkill is hard to get in this league. I mean, to be a great NBA team, you've got to be able to have that kind of performance on the road. Focused, purposeful, and productive. Really solid.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Irving is out there with Heat.
Then
Then there's Horford. Then there's Brown. And it's Baines in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Hayward against Smith. Hayward kicks to Baines. Here's Brown. Rebound by Smith.
And how big was last year's trade for J.R. Smith? I mean, sent from the Knicks to the Cavaliers around midseason. Smith began to post some of the better numbers.
He's not that good
of
when
his
I
career,
play with him.
helping prove that for a tumultuous personality like Smith's, environment is key.
Irving misses. For Cleveland, they've gone 2 or 3 here to start out the game. That's
LeBron
good.
get out and
How about
transition.
3 or 4 from the floor to start?
Horrible.
That's always a good sign.
Baines passes to Horford. Baines inside. He's covered by Thompson. And a rebound goes to the Cavaliers. They defeated Charlotte in their last game.
And guys, they could have won that game on the strength of their offense alone.
Oh my God. I don't think it's happening tonight, guys. I just want like a competitive game. Not even like a win. I just want it to be
It's
like
the 2K
34,
Sports
30,
pregame
well,
show.
64, 62.
Hello, everybody. Ernie Johnson here, along.
Alright, I'll just go with what they have set as the defaults. Bastard. Let's see. Read in Twitter.
Well, the weekend has officially begun, and we welcome you to this 2K Sports presentation of NBA basketball with Greg Anthony and Clark.
Oh, Nichiju. Let's see if it buys. Nice. I just bought Akira for free. I'll take that. We also have free same-day pickup. Wow, that's interesting. That's new. Oh well.
This is Kevin Harlan. We have Doris Burks on the sideline as well. In the last two meetings for these two teams, the Celtics were handed a loss when they went up against the Cavaliers.
And really, given how they performed offensively, guys, they just never had a chance.
Yeah, and you can see their frustration growing and growing as they continue to come up empty on their possessions by the end.
And I'm tired.
They were just happy to watch the clock wind down and move on.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. Horford is out there with Brown, and it's Hayward. Then it's Aaron Baines, and it's Irving at the point. 5 on the clock. Here's James. The shot misses, and it's Boston the other way.
I'm kind of hoping
this game
we get
coming after a loss
so
against the Pistons.
And they had to be sensational defensively on that night to compensate for the fact that they just couldn't find a rhythm offensively.
Well, I don't think they're really built to play those kind of grinded-out, low-scoring games. It just doesn't seem to be in their DNA to me.
Now here's Thomas. His numbers are looking pretty good. He's got his scoring average up around 18.5 points a game. It's deflected, and it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession
try
here.
to steal the ball with the point guard, because you know IT. He's too little to really do anything.
And now just over a minute played here in the first. Smith outside, 5 to shoot. That's good. James has got the game going here with the first basket for Cleveland.
Could be the first of a lot of mid-range jumpers that we see from him.
How much more is there to say about LeBron James, Clark? Incredible consistency, unbelievable athleticism. He just is a marvel in every way the longer he plays.
Kevin, when you look at his career averages, I mean, just off the charts, and he has the same unbelievable year every year. The consistency, phenomenal.
Now here's Hayward. After LeBron James's miss, Hayward dishes to Baines. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Thomas against Irving. It's a pick by Love. Thomas goes in, kicks it to Love. Right side, Thomas. Got a hand on it.
That seems
and here comes Hayward, leading the fast break. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Thomas passes to Smith. He dishes it to James. And Hayward with the block.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And Baines kicks to Irving. There's the pick. There's the dish to Horford. Down low. Here's Hayward. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Now, here's Thomas. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It's going to go on Gordon Hayward.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Cleveland shooting their first free throws of this game.
Isaiah Thomas. 2 shots.
And the first one comes for the Cavaliers. Jefferson comes in for Kevin Love. And Shumpert in there for J.R. Smith. He hits both from the stripe.
That's a familiar sight. He hardly ever wastes his chances at the line. Cashes in regularly.
Irving attacking. And the shot is good.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Now it's ended down to Doris Burke, who was able to talk with head coach Tyronn Lue.
He talked about the impact that Al Horford can have on a game and how they'll have their work cut out for them dealing with him. He said Horford's just a complete ball player. He does all the things you want from a big man. He can shoot, handle, and pass. He's always a tough matchup, but it starts with matching his energy level. Kevin, we'll see if they have what it takes.
Thanks a lot, Doris. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
Here's Shumpert following the basket by Al Horford. The drive by Shumpert. James wide open, and he's good on the 3-ball. James has got his second basket of the night.
How in the world did they let him get that wide open?
I sub to you, emoji thumbs up. I would appreciate if you sub back and turn on post notifications, emoji fire, emoji person running.
That's a basic fundamental. You have to be alert to where you are.
Looking at who's out there now.
Alright, it's done. Good night.